All right, so you know how sometimes you get that travel bug?
Mm.
Yeah, that itch to just like explore something new, somewhere exciting.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to Southeast Asia,
Okay.
and we're tackling a question that I think keeps a lot of people up at night.
Right.
Thailand or the Philippines?
Hmm.
Which one offers a more authentic experience?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Right.
They're both incredible in their own ways.
Exactly. And to help us figure this out, we're turning to Angelo, a
Okay.
seasoned traveler who shared some insights on YouTube.
Okay.
He actually spent a whole month in the Philippines,
Oh,
and he had some strong opinions about how it compared to Thailand.
I bet. Yeah.
What's really interesting is that he works near the White House
Wow.
and takes a whole month off every
A
year
whole month.
just to immerse himself in a new culture.
Wow, that's dedication.
Right.
A month is a significant chunk of time.
Yeah.
That says a lot about wanting to go beyond the typical tourist experience.
Totally. And this wasn't just like a random trip for him.
Right.
He's actually been to both Thailand and the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
So his comparison is based on like real experience.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Not just stuff you read online or whatever.
Yeah, having that firsthand perspective is really valuable.
Absolutely.
It gives his opinion more weight, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Especially for anyone trying to decide between these two places.
Right, exactly.
Where should I go?
Yeah, and one of the first things that stood out to me was how Angelo's budget played a role.
Oh, interesting.
He specifically said that the Philippines being more affordable was a factor,
Yeah,
you know,
I see.
in his decision.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes those budget limitations actually lead to really cool discoveries.
Oh, totally.
You know, when you can't just do the expensive stuff, you have to get more creative.
Yeah.
And then you end up finding these hidden gems
Yes.
you never would have seen otherwise.
It's like the universe is pushing you to get off the beaten path.
Right.
So, okay, let's get into Angelo's thoughts on Thailand.
All right.
He didn't hold back, especially about Bangkok.
Okay.
He compared it to Las Vegas,
Really?
full of these huge malls and lacking that sort of grit
Interesting.
he felt like he experienced on earlier trips.
Yeah, it's amazing how a place's image can change so much over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Thailand's seen a massive tourism boom
for sure.
that's definitely changed things, like reshaped the landscape, literally.
Absolutely.
We could even look at some stats, you know,
Yeah.
see how much it's grown
That's a good idea.
in the last decade or so.
Yeah.
That might explain some of the changes Angela saw.
Have you ever experienced that, going back somewhere you loved
Oh, definitely.
and finding it like completely different?
Yeah, it's almost inevitable with popular destinations. It's
Mhm.
not always a bad thing.
Right.
Sometimes it's for the better.
True.
I think the key is being open to those changes.
Yeah.
Try to see the place with fresh eyes every time you go.
I love that perspective. It reminds us that travel's about embracing the evolution of a place.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
not clinging to some static image in our heads.
Right.
Okay, so Angelo didn't just talk about Bangkok.
Okay.
He had some thoughts about Chiang Mai too.
Right.
He felt it was overrun with tourist shops
Oh, yeah.
and lacked that authentic local vibe
I see.
that he was after. But what struck me was how he compared this to his experience in the Philippines,
Okay.
specifically the wet markets.
Wet markets.
Yeah.
They can be a bit intense for some people, but
Yeah.
for others, they're like a sensory explosion
Right.
culture, you know?
Totally. And that's what seemed to resonate with Angelo.
Yeah.
He actually used the word fake
Wow.
to describe the touristy experiences he was trying to avoid.
I see.
And it made me think, what makes an experience feel real or fake to you?
That's a really good question.
Right.
For me, it's about feeling connected. Like
Yeah.
when I can talk to locals, get a glimpse into their lives,
Yeah.
see the place as it really is.
Yeah.
Not some version made just for tourists.
Mm-mm.
That's
Yeah.
when it feels authentic.
Totally. It's about getting past the surface
Yeah.
and to the real heart of a place.
Exactly.
And what's interesting is Angeli didn't just visit a wet market like as a one-time thing.
Okay.
He actually met the person interviewing him
Oh, wow.
a year before in the Philippines,
Okay.
which shows he's really committed to understanding the country,
Yeah, repeat visits can be so amazing.
right?
It's like building a relationship with a place.
Totally.
You start to get its quirks, its rhythms, its complexities.
I've totally felt that myself.
Yeah.
It's incredible how much deeper your connection becomes
Right?
with each visit.
Hmm.
It's like you're slowly becoming a part of the place.
And that's what makes travel so powerful, right?
Absolutely.
It's not just about sightseeing.
Yeah.
It's about experiencing life in a different way.
Yeah.
It really is about experiencing a different way of life.
And Angela's dedication to going beyond the typical tourist spots in the Philippines.
I mean, it's inspiring.
It
It's like
is.
he's on a mission to find those authentic moments.
Yeah,
The
totally.
ones that really resonate with him.
Yeah,
And it's not just about the culture.
right.
He's also drawn to the natural beauty.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about this beach, Dumaloan Beach,
Oh, yeah.
and he compares it to Fiji,
Wow.
which is a pretty big compliment.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Right. From someone who clearly values authenticity.
It's funny how he found this place. It wasn't through a guidebook or anything. It
Mhm.
was a tip from another American expat living there.
Oh, wow.
It just shows you sometimes the best travel experiences
Hmm.
come from those unexpected connections.
Absolutely.
Those local insights you wouldn't get otherwise.
Like having your own personal guide
Right.
to all the secret spots.
Exactly.
Speaking of hidden gems,
Okay.
let's talk about food.
Right.
Angelo admits that Thai food,
Mm-hmm.
might be a bit more famous,
Yeah.
but he really enjoyed Filipino cuisine,
Okay.
especially pancits
Oh, yeah, the noodles.
The noodle.
So
and the seafood.
it makes you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we missing out on by sticking to the familiar?
Totally.
Trying new foods, even if they're strange,
Yeah,
can be so rewarding when you travel.
absolutely.
It's a chance to expand your palate, challenge your ideas about food,
Mm-hmm.
connect with the culture on a deeper level.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah,
Food is such a powerful way to understand a culture.
for sure.
And let's be real, sometimes those adventures
Mm-hmm.
come with a little digestive discomfort.
Right. The traveler's curse.
Angelo even mentions getting a stomach bug.
Oh, the inevitable.
Yeah,
It happens to the best of us.
I've definitely had my share of those.
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Moments with food.
I know.
But it's all part of the experience, right?
Totally.
But going back to Angelo's preference for the Philippines,
Okay.
he kept using the word fake
Yeah.
to describe the touristy stuff he was trying to avoid,
Mm.
especially in Thailand.
Right.
And it makes you wonder, are those experiences really fake?
That's an interesting question.
Or is it more about the traveler's attitude?
I think it's more complex than just labeling something as real or fake.
Okay.
Even in touristy areas, you can find pockets of authentic local life
Right.
if you look for them.
Mm.
It's about being curious, talking to locals, being open to things
Yeah.
that might not be in the guidebooks.
So being an active participant,
Exactly.
not just a passive observer?
I think what Angela was reacting to was that feeling of being catered to in a way that felt inauthentic.
Yeah.
He wanted to experience the Philippines on his own terms,
Right.
not through some prepackaged lens.
Like he was looking for those raw, unfiltered moments
Yes,
that
exactly.
show the real essence of a place.
Those moments that make you feel like you're really connecting with the place and its people,
Yeah.
not just ticking off boxes on a list.
And it sounds like he found that in the Philippines,
Mm.
whether it was in the wet markets, on the beaches, or just everyday interactions.
Right. His enthusiasm is contagious.
It is.
It makes you want to go experience it for yourself.
Totally.
But I think the key takeaway here is
Yeah.
that authenticity is different for everyone.
Right.
What feels real to one person might feel staged to another.
That's so true.
There's no one definition of authentic travel.
It's about figuring out what resonates with you.
Exactly.
Makes you feel truly connected to a place.
And Angelo's story reminds us that sometimes those experiences are in the less explored parts of the world,
Yeah.
the places that haven't been completely taken over by tourism.
And it's not just about the destination.
Right.
It's about how we approach travel. Being curious, open-minded, willing to step out of our comfort zones.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's about embracing the unexpected,
Yeah.
engaging with the locals, being present in each moment.
That's where the real magic of travel is. So, as we wrap up our deep dive into Angelo's search for a real Asian experience,
Yeah.
it begs the question.
So what does a real travel experience actually mean to you?
It's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
The big one.
Right. What makes a place feel truly authentic? Not just some show for tourists.
It really is the million-dollar question.
It is.
And I think the answer is different for everyone.
That's true.
There's no single definition.
Right.
When it comes to travel, it's so personal.
It really is. For some, it might be about pushing their limits,
Yeah.
like trekking through the jungle or climbing a mountain, testing their endurance,
Yeah.
connecting with nature.
It's powerful stuff.
Yeah, for others, it might be about the food,
Oh, absolutely.
immersing themselves in the culinary scene.
Trying all the local dishes.
Yeah. Learning about the traditions behind each one.
Indulging the senses, experiencing a culture through its flavors.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
There's something so satisfying about finding that hidden gem of a restaurant or trying a dish you've never even heard of.
Right. But it doesn't always have to be something so big or adventurous.
True.
Sometimes the most authentic moments,
Yeah.
they come from the simplest things.
Like what?
Like chatting with a local shopkeeper, getting lost in a market,
Yeah.
stumbling upon a festival you didn't even know about.
Those unscripted moments that show you the real heart of a place.
They make you feel like you're really experiencing it, not just seeing what's in the guidebook.
As it is, not as it's presented.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you plan your next trip, whether it's Southeast Asia or anywhere else, think about what really matters to you.
What am I seeking from this experience?
Yes. What kind of memories do you want to create?
Right.
And there's no right or wrong answer.
No.
It's about what resonates with you.
Finding those experiences that feel real.
That feel authentic to your own values.
To your own desires.
Angela's story is a great reminder that authenticity is out there. It's waiting to be discovered.
Sometimes in the most unexpected places.
Often it's just about being open to the journey.
To the surprises along the way.
And if you want to hear more about Angela's adventures, you can check out his YouTube channel.
What's it called?
DC World Traveler.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Might give you some ideas for your own travels.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Into the world of authentic travel.
We hope we've inspired you to think differently.
About your own travel experiences.
To seek out those genuine moments.
Yeah, the ones that make travel so enriching.